So once you get comfortable, we'll start our centering process. You can make any adjustments, rocking forward, back, side to side. When we come to yoga together week to week, the reason that you come might be different from the next person or myself, but whatever the reason is, it's basically self-care and it's not selfish. Closing the eyes if it's comfortable, aligning ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. The spine is straight without force. It's a rough time of day, you might be tired. Take your time getting comfortable, even tipping the chin up, down, or side to side. It takes courage to care for ourselves. There's a style of yoga called forest yoga. It's led, or it was originally led, by a woman named Anna Forrest. She actually taught here in Rhode Island for quite some time. What she often said is connecting to our heart, our warrior heart. When we do that, connecting to the warrior heart, we're willing to take responsibility for living in freedom. We're willing to identify where we need healing. The body, the mind, or the spirit. The heart is a muscle. Take a deeper breath in at this point. Use the heart muscle. Fuel the heart muscle with your own breath. Oxygen and prana coming in on the breath. We increase oxygen by mindfully breathing. We relieve tightness and pressure in the chest and upper back. The inhale, the inspiration inspires us to take care of ourselves. There's a lot that comes in through the eyes and the ears in our fast-paced society. Sometimes it just feels like too much. Yoga in the chair or on the floor replenishes our body budget. Most of us know how to budget money for heating, water, food and clothing. It's hard to learn how to budget for the body, the right amount of rest, the right amount of movement. The breath is always there to replenish. Bring your hands to your chest. Palms can face down. Instead of coming into Anjali Mudra, one hand on top of the other, and breathe several breaths here, maybe up to 10 conscious breaths. When you inhale, feel the breath from the base up. And when you exhale, can you let go of any unnecessary holding in the face, jaw, neck, or shoulders? Keep going. Thankful for the breath. The natural breath comes and goes. Most of the time we don't even notice it. In yoga, we consciously breathe. Completely thankful for these breaths. Not only focusing on the muscle of the heart, the physical heart itself, but can you focus on some beauty in the heart? Maybe a pet or a child or something beautiful in nature pops up. The blue sky even. The rose bush in your yard. Or maybe you travel to New Hampshire and it's beautiful there. Or Warden's Pond. Or Narrow River on your boat. Take that beauty that's precious to you into your heart. One more breath. You can release the hands. You could softly open your eyes. You could adjust here, hip to hip. We were sitting in stillness for about 10 minutes, a little bit longer than usual. Think about the heads of your shoulders. Inhale them high up and then roll them back and down. The movement follows the breath. From here, the heart is lifted. Inhale, reach forward a little. You might even lean forward with the palms up and then reach the arms up and then float them down the side. Again, reach forward, leaning forward, palms up, arms float up, and then exhale, arms float down at the side. Again, rock forward, forward bend here, down to the side. Another time. And the next time the arms are hanging loosely at your sides, we'll switch. Open the palms, arms out to the side and overhead. Seated sun breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back up, and arms to the side. Sweep out again. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Tuck the chin, bow forward. Inhale, back up. Arms beside you. We'll try that again. Inhale, sweep the arms out and overhead. You might even look up and watch the prayer hands come right back to the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Bowing to yourself, each other. One more time. Inhale, float the arms out and overhead. Palms float down and we bow. Completely thankful to be here together. Rest. Thumbs can be resting on the chest. This pose right here, Anjali Mudra, with the hands in a prayer position, brings us to the central channel. From here, inhale the two hands close to the ears and straight up. You'll think about your shoulders. Hook your thumbs together if clasping the hands is too much, and just wiggle a little longer in the torso. So I'm pulling my thumbs away from each other to create space in the neck. Lean to the side, gentle side bend. Thumbs pulling away from each other. Inhale, come back up. Gentle side bend over here. If the arms straight don't feel good, you could bend the elbows. Side to side again. So the hands could be behind the skull or on the shoulders even. Fingers facing forward. The reason I wanted to show all of this in the chair is because if you work or you're sitting at your computer, you could stop every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, and come into these movements. Bring the arms back out and up, and then circle the wrists. Several times one way, and several times the other way. If you're sitting in the chair, come forward to the edge of the chair. Squeeze your knees. We're coming into a gentle twist. At this time of day, it's safe to do a twist in the upright position. Lift the heart. We get long first. Sweep the arms up halfway or more. So feel the length, the inspiration. And then exhale, gently spin to one side or the other. The gaze can stay forward. You can squeeze your knees, relax your shoulders, keep your gaze forward if you like that. Use the hand behind on the floor or the chair to help lengthen the spine. And then maybe you feel like turning your chin over the back shoulder gently, or circling the tip of the nose. It's up to you. Can you feel your breath expand your side ribs when you breathe in? And when you exhale, can you feel something soften? Let go. Another breath, feel the side ribs expand. And then slowly untwist. Back to neutral. Receive the effects. There's no need to rush, ever. You've set aside this hour for yourself. Inhale, the arms float out, halfway up or more. So I'm feeling my knees squeezing. I'm feeling the inspiration lengthen my central channel, and then I gently twist. The hand behind helps keep us lifted at the lower back. The shoulders relax. Pretty soon, you could even lift the hand behind because you've used your core muscles. The belly is toned slightly. Move your chin over one shoulder or the other. Enjoy the twist. There's still the central channel to come back to. Look at yourself in the screen even and see that your crown is over your tail. You're not listening to one side or the other. Your heart is open, your warrior heart. Breathe into it. Slowly unwind. Coming back to neutral. Resting and receiving with the eyes softly opened or closed. From here. So I'm going to follow a warrior series that I learned from Anna Forrest. And she actually taught this to a lot of veterans, even though some of us might not be veterans. And I actually have a friend who doesn't like to celebrate Memorial Day. She says that her parents were pacifists, but Memorial Day to me is much more than war, and the warrior postures are much more than what the word sounds like. It's a peaceful warrior. So we'll come up to standing, go easy. And you can definitely use the chair to help with warrior one, where we're going to start. The chair could be in the high back position or the low position. So we'll start with warrior one and move into warrior two. So I'm standing with my toes underneath the seat of the chair, finding mountain pose first, stretching the fingers down, taking care that the head is balanced over the sternum. From here, step the left foot back, find your footing and stability. Hips face the narrow side of the mat or the chair. Bend the front knee a little. Fix your gaze. My back leg might look straight to you, but you could have a softness in the knee. The feet are positioned a little wider, like on train tracks for stability. Hands could stay on the hips or could reach up. The gaze is soft and straight ahead. If the arms don't like to be up like you see mine right now, you could bend the elbows or even bring the arms behind you. You could hold your wrists or your shoulder or your elbows. Breathe into your heart, your peaceful warrior heart. There's courage there. Don't forget to breathe. To come out of the pose, start to straighten the front leg. Keep that foot forward and open the back foot. So now we're changing our hips to warrior two. The left knee is touching the chair. The arms float out. Warrior two, peaceful warrior two. It's really hard to change your hip position from warrior 1 to warrior 2, so take your time. And it's also difficult to keep the front knee bent. So sometimes inhale, come up, hands to the heart, straightening the front leg. Exhale, down. The chair is there to keep my knee from going too far forward. So now we're moving a little. At this time of day, we might want a little movement. The next time you come into warrior 2, bring your hands and arms behind you. Hold your wrists or your elbows. Right here is a balancing challenge. Can you feel the breath in your heart? Float the arms out. Look over the left middle finger coming into reverse warrior. I'm following my left palm with my eyes, opening my left side. And when I can't look up anymore, I look down behind me. At this point, some people straighten their front leg because it feels better to them. And we're all going to straighten it at some point, so take your time. When the two legs are straight, bring the arms back, shoulder height, moving into triangle. This is quite a standing flow. Look over the left hand, reach up a little, out and over. The front straight leg. Luckily, I have the chair right here. I can put my hand on, or you could put your hand on your hip crease. The right hand could rest on the hip, reminding the hip to open. Remind the ribs to open. Maybe your right hand could float up. We haven't done triangle in a while. Triangle touches all parts of the body. The physical body, the mental body, the spiritual body. Continuing to breathe into your warrior heart. From here, soften the front knee. You could bring your forearm there, preparing for side angle. Try not to sink at the bottom shoulder. Your back leg might poke out a little. Open the right arm up. Open your heart. Sweep your chin close to your chest to know where your neck is comfortable. Some of us can look up comfortably, others not so much. Maybe you look straight ahead or down. The upper arm, if the shoulder's available, can come close to the ear, palm down reaching. Deepening the posture, stretching your skin suit. Breathe here. Side angle. If you have a chair near you, you could bring your hands to the chair and turn your hips that way. You could come into a full body stretch using the chair, just like downward dog, bending your knees a little. You could do the downward dog with your hands on the floor if your shoulders are available for that. Knees could be bent or straight. The chest is melting down. The heart is melting. Head could be in line with the heart or drop below. It's up to you. At your own pace, you'll creep your feet closer, closer, coming into mountain pose. Slowly rising up. I'm going to show you the next posture with the chair. So I'm facing it to you, and I'm going to sit sideways on the chair. We're coming into a hip stretch. So I'm sitting sideways, and my right toes go behind, and you feel a nice stretch at the front of the right leg. My left big toe is pressing down. I'm using the hand behind me to hold the back of the chair. That's first. So take your time getting here. Heart is lifted. From here, the right arm floats up, shoulder height, and then open the right arm. Yep, and then close. Open and close. This time, the right arm floats up and back, and we still open. And then the arm floats up and forward and down. One more time like that. Right arm floats up, over, and back, exploring the shoulder joint. And then up, forward. From here, you'll keep your legs right where they are and turn toward the back of the chair. Your two hands could be on either side of the back of the chair. It's quite a twist. The left foot is pressing down. Follow your breath from your tail all the way up to your crown. Relax your shoulders. Move your head a little if you want. Small movements. So here we are in quite a twist. With your two hands on the back of the chair, pretend to pull the right hand towards you and press the left one away. Deepening slightly. And then slowly unwind. When you come back to neutral, you'll bring the right foot up and slowly turn to the side. The next posture is four square, which can be done on the chair according to Svarupa Yoga. So the right foot comes to the left knee, that's first. The left big toe is pressing down, it's quite a hip opener. If this is too much for your hip, you could slide your leg out and make it less. If you want more, on your next exhale, just float your heart forward. Courageous here. Without forcing ever. Peaceful warrior. All of us. Staying for time to create space from the hip to the lower back. Slowly rise up. You'll bring the right foot down and we'll try four square on the other side. Left foot comes up. The right big toe presses down now, and there's a straight line from the right knee to the ankle. We sit tall first, relax the shoulders. The inspiration comes from the bottom up, reaching the crown to the heavens. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Let go of anything you no longer need or want. If you feel like you want a little more pull in the hip, you can lead with your heart coming forward, tipping your chin down, bowing the head slightly. Depends on you. Can you imagine your back ribs flaring out as you take a bigger breath in and drawing the breath all the way up to the middle of your shoulder blades, the back side of the heart center. The exhale is powerful. The diaphragm pulls gently at the physical heart. If you were leaning forward in 4 square, you come back up, uncross, sit for a breath and receive. Exhaling through the mouth with the ah sound whenever you need to or want to. We'll turn sideways to the chair. So now the left toes go back. I'm holding on to the back of the chair to get comfortable over here. The right big toe is pressing. Some people even like pulling their foot back more, but straight down or less or more, it's up to your body. From here, the left arm comes up, shoulder height only. Follow the palm with your eye as you open into a gentle twist. Just like that, exactly. Close. Open. Close. This time we inhale the left arm up, back, opening the chest, exploring the shoulder joint. Moving forward, one more time like that. Inhale the left arm up, open, and then close. And keeping the legs right where they are, we'll turn toward the back of the chair this way. Holding the back of the chair, relaxing the shoulders first. Breathing in and up the central channel of the body. Inspire yourself in this twist. Exhale and let go, even as you stay in the posture. You could pull the left hand towards your body and push the right away. Deepening the twist, notice where you feel it. Somewhere around the ribs is where I feel it. Slowly unwind. When you come back to neutral, you'll bring the left foot to the floor and come back to neutral. Just rest. Resting and receiving, inhaling and exhaling and letting go. The breaths are powerful. From here, we can do the standing poses on the other side. You can keep the chair here. We're going to come up to standing by using our core. Lean forward, press into the feet, hover the hips, and then tuck the tail and curl up if it feels better to you. You might even sweep the arms overhead. And release. I'm going to bring the chair to the other side. So mountain pose, my toes are under the chair, the seat of the chair. Fingertips stretch down. And now the left foot. goes back. The right knee bends. Warrior one first, peaceful warrior one. The right hip is coming forward. Because we already did a hip opener here, you might feel different on this side. Hands to the hips. Lift the heart, open it. Your peaceful warrior heart. Lift the arms if you want to. Not if the shoulders hurt though. You could bring the hands behind the skull, keep them at the hips, or even reach behind. Make sure your feet are underneath you. You might have to separate them a little wider. Breathing. Enjoy the posture. Peaceful warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. To come into warrior two, I'm going to lift my back heel and pivot the back foot open. All of this is slow. Right knee is soft. Find alignment from tail to crown. Warrior two, float the arms out. Inhale, straighten the leg maybe. Exhale, bend the knee. The legs are only as wide as comfortable for your hips. So we might move a little before we settle into the posture. The next time the right knee is bent a little, never beyond the ankle. Maybe you look over your right hand, moving into reverse warrior. Slow and steady. You could look down if you want to at your little toe. There's some tone in the core because we're upright. The core at the front of the body, sucking up and in, holds the back, the lumbar in position. Tucking the tail under can suck the belly up and in, and the core all around is toned and strong. From here, moving into side angle. First, we come through warrior two and then reach beyond the bent knee. Forearm to the knee. Left arm could float up, back heel could poke out. Try not to sink in the right shoulder. Only bring the upper arm close to the ear, palm down reaching if your shoulder is okay with that. Stretching from your back heel to your hip to your hand. You could sweep your chin to look down some of the time. Make sure that bent knee is over the little toe side of the foot. Maybe you look straight ahead at yourself on your screen or even up. From here, if you need to or want to, do careful to come up, carefully coming up and straightening both legs, preparing for triangle. So the right toes are still pointing straight to the right, left toes come in a little. We can reverse warrior like we did, reverse triangle like we did with warrior, and then move into the full out triangle. Both legs as straight as comfortable for you today. Right hand could come to the chair seat. Left arm could float up or the left hand could stay at the hip. Remind the ribs to open. Remind the left shoulder to open with or without the arm reaching up. If you feel stable and strong at the core, you might take your hand off the chair. Sometimes it feels good to hold on to my shin or even press into the hip crease, sweeping the chin close to the chest to know where the neck is comfortable. Breathe here. Look down if you need to, straight ahead. If you haven't looked down yet, you will. Safely turn your hips, hands to the chair seat. Maybe you come into a back stretch, a modified downward dog using the chair, or the full out downward dog. Wherever you are is right where you're supposed to be. Head is in between the upper shoulders. Sometimes the hands on the floor is too much for the shoulders to take. It's up to you. You might like it. Using props is not cheating. At your own pace. You could come back to the chair and sit down. Let me turn the chair towards you. The feet could be wider. The heart is lifted. If you prefer to do the forward bend in a wide angle on your mat, go ahead. So we lift the collarbones and get long first, and then come to elbows on the knees, and maybe even the rest of the way, bowing the head. Big toes are pressing. If you're standing, the big toes come towards each other, heels out. Resting the lumbar after all those standing postures, that's important. Even the warrior needs to rest. Rest and restore energy. If the vessel is empty of energy, we can't take care of ourselves or anyone else. Slowly rise up. Take your time, slow and steady. Receiving the effects of what we've done so far. Roll the shoulders. Again, a few times. You could roll them the other way. From here, another side stretch. You could bring your feet and knees together to touch. If you're standing, you could stay in the wide angle, lean to the side, using whatever you need to help you with alignment. The top shoulder opens and you might even gaze up with a tucked chin. Skin suit stretching. Come back to neutral. And we'll try the other side. The arm comes up, the knees squeeze. We're stable and strong at the lower half. We feel the skin stretching from hip all the way up the side. Open the top shoulders slightly. Only look up with a tucked chin if your neck is okay with that. Reach through your fingers, stretching, and then right back to neutral. In the neutral position, rest, gaze straight ahead, tuck the chin a little, and then drop one ear towards shoulder. Collarbones are still lifted. Inhale the crown through center, opposite ear to shoulder. Inhale the crown through center again, opposite ear to shoulder. Stay here for an extra breath. Gaze down at your armpit. and breathe. From here, you could look towards the screen. So one ear is dropping down, the opposite arm could reach straight out, deepening the neck stretch. You could even flex that hand. If you don't feel it, the straight arm could come back just slightly. Chin is tucking, no fast movements. The straight arm floats down and the opposite hand comes to the side of the head leaning and pushes it up. No fast movements. Take a breath in, inspiration. All the way up and then drop opposite ear to shoulder gently. You can see, if you're looking at your screen, that nothing else tilted over. Just the ear to shoulder. From here, we look down, tipping the chin in, feeling the stretch a little bit deeper. And then opposite arm to ear tilting, stretches out and maybe slightly behind, deepening the stretch. Even flexing the hand for something more. Never forcing. The neck and shoulders hold a lot of unnecessary stress. To come out of the pose, the straight arm floats down first. Hand comes to the side of the head that's leaning and gently pushes it back up. Just breathe here. The next posture is knee to nose. So you can use your hands under the right knee. You're sitting tall, you lift your heavy leg up, and then you curl as if you could touch nose to knee. You could do that a couple of times, lift up, and then curl in, nose to knee. Lift up, and then curl in. We've done this thousands of times on the floor in the supine position. Next time, the knee is down, bring the foot to the floor, and we'll try the other side. You can use a strap or your hands. So we sit tall first. The tone in the core is there. Curl in, nose to knee. Inhale, get long, straight and strong. Exhale, belly draws back, nose towards knee. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, straight spine. And then bring the foot to the floor. We'll do one more twist. You can do it on the chair or on the floor. After this twist, we're coming into relaxation. So do what you want to. So the twist can be gentle or deep. Get long first, gently twist to one side or the other. So I'm still looking forward to show you how you can deepen a twist in the chair. You could cross one knee over the other. I still have that straight line. If knee over knee doesn't work for you, you could squeeze your ankles. We've done this on the floor before too. Take your time. Slowly unwind. Come back to neutral. Get tall first. Even floating the arms out halfway or more can help us inspire and then twist to the other side. looking forward until you move into the twist. So you can see that the crown is over the tail. If you want to deepen the twist, cross knee over knee or squeeze the ankles. Could move the head gently like we did before. Slowly unwind. If you choose to stay in the chair, you will, and maybe you'll flex your spine a little. If you want to come down to the floor because you like it, you like relaxation down there, go ahead. But what we could do on the floor is cats and cows, just moving on the floor. It could be something like bridge pose possibly for you. Take your time. Wherever you are is right where you're supposed to be. If you know and love shoulder stand, you could come into it now. If you know and love fish, open your heart. There might be another yoga posture that your body's asking for, even a full body stretch before relaxation. It's up to you. Take your time, moving the way you like to. The relaxation posture is very important, equally as important to all the others. If you ever had to leave class early, you would do the relaxation pose. At another time, it's not sleep, we're awake and calm. If you're still in the chair, you could lean back into the chair. If you're on the floor, you could come into the supine cobbler to bring your back into its natural curves. A breath or two here. Self-care is not selfish. The warrior heart, connect to it, cultivate it. Willing to take responsibility for living in freedom by tapping into the warrior heart. When we tap into that place, we might identify where we need healing. Let your body rest here in corpse pose. The legs don't have to be straight, they could be bent. If you're in the supine position, take your time. There might even be several cleansing breaths as you transition to corpse, in through the nose, out through the mouth, the ah sound, softening and opening the heart, easing ourselves into an open, undefended place. Peaceful warrior. enjoying resting, awake and resting, knowing full well that rest replenishes our budget. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Enjoy the rest. Each breath that goes by, you might notice places in your physical, mental, or spiritual form. Letting go. You might feel release of tightness in the chest or the upper back, anywhere. We all have memories, positive, negative, and neutral. There might be a precious memory that in this open and undefended place, you might be drawn to, a memory of someone precious to you, someone here on this planet or not. I'll read you a passage from Rumi. Death has nothing to do with going away. The sun sets, the moon sets, but they are not gone. As said by Rumi. Tap into your warrior heart. Even bring your hands there again if you want to. Breathe into your warrior heart, connecting and cultivating, taking responsibility for living in freedom from your heart outward. A deeper breath in, and when you exhale, you might whisper, ah, continuing to relieve tightness and pressure. You might feel like stretching or bending as you ease yourself back into your form, a breath at a time. Rolling to the side, if that feels good, if you were supine. Slowly, mindfully pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat for you. From the floor to pillows to chairs, just another couple of breaths here. Hands to the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Or palm over palm, breathing like we did in the beginning. Using the muscles in the heart to open to the spiritual heart center. At your own pace, palms together, breathe in and up, Inspiring, lighting up yourself. And then letting go with the exhale. Thumbs to the third eye point, breathing in and up. Lighting up, and then exhaling, bowing to yourself. Completely thankful you set aside time to take care of yourself. Not selfish. Coming back upright, hands to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for coming.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone. So we have one more.